remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Never. Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes. You are right. That's your problem.
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow. Yes.
Spirit in human
If you stop now, your children will never go home. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Yes. Never. Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes. You are right. That's your problem.
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow. Yes.
Spirit in human
If you stop now, your children will never go home. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Yes. Never. Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes. You are right. That's your problem.
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow. Yes.
Spirit in human
If you stop now, your children will never go home. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Yes. Never. Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes. You are right. That's your problem.
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow. Yes.
Spirit in human
If you stop now, your children will never go home. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Yes. Never. Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes.
You are right.
Let's go, Governor.
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow.
Yes.
Spirit in human
If
flesh.
you stop now, your children will never go home. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Yes.
Never.
Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes.
You are right.
Let's go, Governor.
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow.
Yes.
Spirit in human
If you
flesh.
stop now, your children will never go home. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Yes.
Never.
Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes.
You are right.
Let's go, Governor.
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow.
Yes.
Spirit in human
If you
flesh.
stop now, your children will never go home. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Yes.
Never.
All hail Biafra, land of the rising sun. We love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that
silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra, and the time starts now. We mourn our heroes past, we celebrate them, and our heroes living, we celebrate them as we continue to fight on to see that Biafra is fully restored. He said, he said, he said, we bring you warm greetings from this end, and to you all wherever you are, greetings, greetings, greetings. As we join, do well to welcome others and invite them in. We salute our leaders that have lived before us, our leaders that are in prison, our heroes that are in the battlefield, and Biafrans that are paying the price of freedom on daily basis in the homeland. We salute your sacrifices, we salute your courage, we salute your tenacity, your consistency, your sacrifices, and everything you've done. And we say, may the God of Biafra continue to give you the strength so that we move on. We must continue to press on and to pressure those that imprisoned our leaders to be released. It's not going to be easy. That is why there must be an active government with an active leader so that we can hold those that have done us the evil accountable. We salute our PM, His Excellency Honorable Okechukwu Nkere, with his entire cabinet, the de facto in the homeland, the BDF, and all Biafrans that are putting their hands together to make sure we move forward. Thank you all, and we must continue. For us to hold Nigeria accountable, the only way out is for us to continue what we are doing in Washington, D.C., and also in the homeland. We have held Nigeria on their balls, and it is speaking loudly on daily basis. The cry is increasing, and we can tell you that the cry will become very loud in the coming days. What they are going through is what they never thought would be coming. But the truth is that it has come to stay because there is a new sheriff in town and there is a shift in the way things are being done. We appreciate the existence of President Donald Trump for allowing himself to be used by the God of creation to do what is needed for the Christians in Nigeria that have been massacred for years, to do what is needed for all Christians in Nigeria to have a separate state. Because if Donald Trump did not do what he has done so far, Christians will have no hope. But with how far we have engaged the US government and the policies that they have put in place, the Magnitsky Accountability Act, which we told and petitioned them to invoke against Nigeria, which has been implemented, you can see that Nigeria is being pressured from all ends. We've been able to weaponize US foreign policies against Nigeria. We've been able to activate what is called credibility damage on Nigeria on the international scale. We've been able to put Nigeria under international pressure. We've been able to make sure Nigeria sees international and political isolation where it matters most. As we speak now, the 178 Christians, babies, women, and children that were kidnapped in Kaduna Church have not returned to their homes. But do you know what will shock you? What will shock you is what I will bring to the screen. That is why I started by playing the message from our Supreme Leader, who said, if we stop what we are doing, our people will die. If we stop what we are doing, our people will die. He continued to echo it. If we stop what we are doing, our people will die. If we stop what we are doing, our babies, women, and children will be raped and will be butchered, and you will see them no more. They will never go home. If we stop what we are doing, there will be no hope for us to see a home again. If we stop what we are doing, they'll take over our communities. If we stop what we are doing, the jihadist terrorists that you are seeing in the far north will be flying in Biafra land. If we stop what we are doing, the cry will not only be in Benue. The cry will not only be in Borno. The cry will not only be in Zamfara. The cry will not only be in Sokoto. The cry will be heightened in Biafra land if we stop what we are doing. That is why we were agitating before. We were creating awareness before. We have gone past the stage of creating awareness. We have a government in exile. We have a de facto in the homeland. We have a defense mechanism. And if we stop what we are doing, all our babies, women, and children will die. The terrorists will come down and cut all of them to pieces. And nobody will do anything about it because the leaders we already have in Biafra land that have put their legs into Nigerian politics, they either collect money to see that all our babies, women, and children are cut to pieces than for them to go against the terrorist deal. They will sign memorandum of understanding for the terrorists to be deployed to our homes so that we will be butchered to pieces while the terrorists take over, and then they will give them political position, appointment and offices, allocations, and more money. Red and brown and yellow and white envelopes will be the order of the day to them. If we stop what we are doing, all our babies, women, and children will die. That is why the US president, listening to us, listening to our cries as Christians, listening to the religious persecution happening in war Nigeria, which we've done so much to see that it is brought to his table in 2025 after a century where nobody has allowed the news to be heard in the American Congress. We've done so well to make sure it is being heard in our own dispensation. That is why you see that the US president is risking and sacrificing the lives of the American soldiers, the taxpayers' monies of America, just to make sure he do all he can to save the Christians in Nigeria. What else could you ask of President Donald Trump? If you have been butchered and massacred, your communities have been invaded for years, and even the presidency and the governors of Nigeria and the Senate, they pay them and they order for the release of the terrorists whenever they have come to kill you. Nobody held them accountable. But only President Donald Trump. Only American government is doing it in our time. The 176 Christians that were kidnapped in Kaduna Church have not regained their freedom. They have not been released. But what did you get from the terrorists that kidnapped them? They have given a mandate. They gave a message to the federal government of Nigeria that they must give them 28.9 million naira for the loss of their motorcycles before they even start to talk about the ransom. Are you getting the message? Before they even start to talk about how much ransom will be paid to get these Christians back. This is done on the backing of the Nigerian state. And I'm going to play you a few videos for you to understand what is actually going on. We've gone past the time of awareness and struggle. When you listen to our Supreme Leader, he said, if we stop agitating, our babies, women, and children will all be killed. We have gone past the stage of agitation. We are in liberation. We are in recognition mode. We are in restoration mode. That is where we are now. And that is why every Biafran should get ready, because you're going to hit the street of Biafra in a massive protest of what? Eviction. Eviction of one Nigeria in Biafra land. Get ready for the eviction protest. It is not agitation protest. It is not awareness protest. It is eviction protest. The people of Iran engage their institutions. The people of Nepal did their own, and you all sat down and clapped for them. You saw how they took over their lost glory. You saw how they restored their dignity, and they now have a life. If you continue to gnash your teeth, to cry and lament and complain, the terrorists will still come into your communities and kidnap you and kill you the next day. And then the next week, they will release a memo demanding 100 million naira from your useless government. How did they have the idea of kidnap and demand for ransom? Kidnap and demand for ransom, because the Nigerian government already gave them the template. The template has been spread out to them already. It is a strategy. When you kidnap, you collect money. We use it for ransom. When you kidnap, you collect money. We use it for ransom. So this is the situation we find ourselves. And we cannot let it go in Biafra land. That is why we are reminding you of this message as we continue.
And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Never.
How many of you have remained determined since Onyendo was kidnapped? How many of you have remained determined and focused and consistent on supporting the Biafra freedom since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped? If there were no people that remained determined and sacrificed their lives, put their lives on the line, will they have been a remnant of Biafra today for you to talk about? If there have been no Biafran who took it upon themselves to observe, sit at home on every Monday without compulsion, and they say it is their sacrifice, it is their voice to make Nigeria know that they are holding our supreme leader. Even our supreme leader said they should stop sit at home. They said, no. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are in prison. You cannot detect for us. If we stop this sit at home, you will be forgotten in that prison. So you can't stay in prison and detect for us because you are talking out of the fear of what you are being told to do from inside prison. It is the sit at home that is crippling Nigeria and making the world to be on notice and making one Nigeria to remember. And all their politicians to remember that they may be answering Nigerian politicians, but they are not in charge. Because the masses, the people of Biafra are in charge. And that is why they can declare sit at home. They observe it, they implement it, they enforce it when they want to enforce it, and you cannot do anything about it. It is their land. If you want to grumble about it, you can go to Kafanchan, you can go to Lagos, you can go to Abuja and grumble about it. But in Biafra land, the people of Biafra decide what they want and how it should be. How many of you have remained faithful and consistent in supporting Biafra since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and since Mazi Simon Ekpa was in prison? If we stop what we are doing, all our women and children will be killed. They will be wiped out, just like you see what is happening in Benue, in Borno, in Kaduna, and Kano. Last month, it was in where? It was in Niger State. The other month of December, you saw many coming out from Plateau, Kano, Borno, Benue, and Sokoto. And the terrorists were bombed in Sokoto. Today, where are you hearing from? You are hearing from Kaduna Church. Kaduna Church. How did they come to be? If we stop funding our BDF, all our babies, women, and children will be in the hands of these terrorists. That is why you all must wake up and continue to do what you've been doing. Support BDF, support BRUJI, so that the diplomatic and political work in Washington, D.C., which the Nigerian government are now crying about our handiworks, will continue. A big question to Tinubu and their government caliphate. Why has the $9 million lobbying you paid to the American lobbying group not stopped these terrorists from carrying out more genocide? Why? Why has the $9 million not stopped the genocide? Why has the $9 million not stopped the kidnapping? Why has the $9 million not stopped more killings? Why has the $9 million lobbying actually intensified the terrorists? Because the $9 million lobbying has actually intensified more kidnapping, more takeover of communities. It's something we need to understand. The meaning of the $9 million lobbying, was it that the terrorists will now ravage more communities? Was it that they will go and be lobbying in America, disguising that there is nothing happening, while the terrorists will now intensify? Was that the meaning of the $9 million lobbying? But let us see and remind you of how they came and how they have come to stay and how long and what you have to do. Now see how the terrorist government of the day recruits them and take care of them, and even when
Boji,
they are
where he was arrested while
they
the other
call
was
for their
picked up in
immediate
Gusau.
Listen to this.
Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State explained that one of the suspected bandit leaders was traced to Boji, where he was arrested while the other was picked up in Gusau, and they were charged to court for prosecution. But the court granted them bail based on an order from some people in Abuja who had assured them that they would be released. The governor warned the judiciary to fear God and discharge their responsibilities with the utmost integrity and honesty for the collective interest of all the law-abiding citizens. He noted that everyone is aware of the challenges Zamfara State is facing, including banditry, kidnapping, cattle rustling, and other sundry crimes. He says all hands must be on deck to tackle them.
I recognize that the good people of Zamfara State require a judicial system that protects the rights of citizenry. They expect a system of justice that gives every person fair and equal access to administration of justice and guarantees their dignity, rights, and security, regardless of gender, influence, or any other societal differences in Zamfara State. It is for this reason that this administration prioritizes on the improvement of the justice sector.
The Chief Judge of Zamfara State, Justice Kulu Aliu, charged the newly sworn-in magistrates to live up to the expectations of their offices, as all eyes are on the judiciary.
I therefore congratulate you for your well-deserved appointment. But I'll be frank with you. Judicial office is not an office for luxury and enjoyment. It's an office saddled with very serious and enormous task that only people with strong character can deliver its demands. With cooperation and support of the said government, under the able leadership of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Zamfara State, Dr. Dauda Lawal, will do all we can to see that you are assisted in discharging your duties.
Governor Dauda Lawal has been talking tough in recent times, accusing some prominent individuals whom he believes sit in Abuja and initiate negotiations with the bandits in the state without his knowledge. The action, he thinks, is worsening the security challenges in Zamfara, and he said with the right political will, the troops can end banditry in 2 weeks.
The message there you had that the federal government of Nigeria do well to release the terrorists after the terrorists have killed, raped, maimed, annihilate communities and destroy lives. They are arrested and locked up. The federal government of Nigeria will give instruction from Abuja that they should release the terrorists. And as they release the terrorists, they pay them money. Some of them are rehabilitated in their name and reintegrated back into the Nigerian military formations. How many of you remember when the American government gave Nigeria a mandate that they should disband Sharia and Jihad from their constitution? Because this was a license. That is why we are reminding you this message from Onyendu.
And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Never.
Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes. You are right. Let's go,
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow. Yes.
Spirit in human
If you stop now, your children will never go home.
It's not about shouting God forbid. Oh. The people that shouted God forbid in Kaduna State the day before yesterday, they are no more. So it's not about shouting God forbid. The people that shouted God forbid in Zamfara State, they are no more. It is not about shouting God forbid. The people that shouted God forbid in Benue State, Borno, Kano, Plateau, they are no more. The terrorists have wiped them out. What would have happened to Biafran people if BRGIE under Okechukwu Nkere did not stand strong to this very day? Since our leaders were imprisoned, and then our PM, then the APM, led BRGIE from November 2024 down to this day, what would have happened to Biafran people is what you are seeing that is escalating in the north and the middle belt of Nigeria. So when Onyendu is reminding you, if you stop what we are doing now, our people will die. Do you see the dying in Benue State? Do you see the dying in Zamfara State? Do you see the dying in Plateau State? Do you see the dying in Borno State? Do you see it in Kaduna? Do you see it in Kano? Okay. That is what we have been stopping from entering Biafra land. That is what we have been stopping from happening in Biafra land. Your BDF in the homeland have been doing a very good work. With all the sabotage that has come on them, with all the blackmail and propaganda and slander that has come on them, both on them and the government in exile, who are doing enormously well to see that everything is in order. Without them, those we have back home would have all been wiped out. The same way that you see that they are wiping out people in the far north. The same way you see they are wiping out people in the middle belt. And when they wipe you out, the federal government of Nigeria will come back to release those same terrorists that wipe you out. They will come and collect every weapons you have that you were using to defend yourself. What will it cost you to fund your freedom? What will it cost you to fund your freedom? Listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying, how he was addressing many of you.
Congress could not make any iota of difference in our lives. That is why an organization as big as the World Igbo Congress could not make any iota of difference in our lives. As big as they are. With WIC here, why wouldn't Nnamdi Kanu come from the UK to come here to lobby your lawmakers?
Listen, listen to this one.
That is why an organization as big as the World Igbo Congress could not make any iota of difference in our lives. As big as they are.
As big.
With WIC here, why wouldn't Nnamdi Kanu come from the UK to come here to lobby your lawmakers? Why should I? You are the ones to do it and tell me what is happening here.
Okay. Okay.
What we ask you to you will not do.
No.
Mbano. Ordinary $1. $1.
Tell them.
Do you know how much it costs to engage a lobbying firm in Washington, D.C.?
Okay.
I ask all of you, go and try and recruit one tomorrow. Can you recruit?
Yes.
Ordinary $1 was a problem. $1 became a problem. Can't you afford $1?
They can afford.
In a month. You can't afford $1? Because Fulani people are laughing at us, they are counting on that thing you have inside you, that destructive demonic spirit in you, to question and to argue everything. That's what they're counting on, to colonize and enslave us.
Always.
When they speak, they say, we know you can never be united. We know. Only $1 only. Is it going to kill you?
Oyendu, $1 will kill World Igbo Congress. You see, World Igbo Congress are only good in coming to canvass for Igbo presidency for Peter Obi. Anywhere they see that Nigerian government have pushed them to, they will follow. They are talking for one Nigeria. They are not talking for Biafra. You see? Mazin Namdekano was calling on World Igbo Congress. You cannot go and hire a lobbyist. You call yourself a Biafran. You call yourself Igbo man. And then you say you are World Igbo Congress, WIC. You become very useless. You cannot go and get a lobby for us to lobby for Biafra, for us to get the attention of the American government, and then get back to Mazin Namdekano and tell him and say, this is how far we have gone. You did not. Then, when BRGIA got a lobbyist and paid for it and started the campaign of the Biafra recognition in Washington, D.C., what did World Igbo Congress do? World Igbo Congress joined hands with those that must bring down BRGIA. You are not going to get a lobbyist for Biafra. You are not coming to contribute money to give to support the quest. You're not adding any iota to the progress. But what do? You go to look for where you can destroy the already made effort of BRGIA. Where has World Igbo Congress been all this while? It's a question. We need your contributions. It is the same thing that we have preached. It is the same thing that Mazin Namdekano have been preaching, calling on them that they have become useless to the Biafran people. Yes. Every year they assemble the New Yam Festival. They sit down and do party. You continue to enjoy and wear the biggest clothes and carry your shoulder and say you are the richest and the educated and you are well inclined, you are this and this in America. But your land is being taken over by Boko Haram terrorists. While Mazin Namdekano is moving up and down, looking for all of you, you come and give him fake promises. You cannot go and get a lobby. Now, those that have gone and have the balls to now go and get the lobby, not just a lobby, but a lobby with records, a lobby with results, a lobby with practical results, a lobby that you see where they are going and where they are coming out from. You see how their result is speaking. What all of you have not been able to do for the past 40 years. This lobby have only done it with BRGIA within 1 year. Within 1 year, they have done it. Listen to Yendo. Because I don't know how it is very hard for all of you to come together and support Biafra. You did not go and get a lobby. Now you waited. BRGI have gone to get a lobby. Now BRGI is reaching out to all of you to say, come together. Come and support what we have put on the table so that we move on. What are you doing? Now you will want to come and claim Oga. You want to come and claim Oga and claim ownership and say, no, you want to be in charge. BRGI now should step down and allow you to be in charge because you are World Labour Congress. Hey! Hello, Mero. Ego and pride, self-destruction, hatred, backstabbing, and Oga, this Oga pattern, I am the Oga, I need to be the Oga. Why must it be you? It should be me. Ordinary $1, he was calling and complaining to all of you. Now, you are leaving the work for some people. World Igbo Congress. Did you hear the name? World Igbo Congress. How has it been useful to us? Onyendu is slamming all of you.
That is why an organization as big as the World Igbo Congress could not make any iota of difference in our lives. As big as they are. With WIC here, why wouldn't they kind of come from the UK to come here to lobby your lawmakers? Why should I? You are the ones to do it and tell me what is happening here. That's right.
Did you hear what he said? You are the one to do it and tell me what is happening here. This is the message. Ejimako and Maxwell. Ejimako and Maxwell. All of you, the lawyers that are going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am playing this message so that you people will get it very clear. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, you are the one to get the lobby and start the work and tell me what you are doing and let me know. Ejimako with Maxwell and Emmanuel Meme, if you like. If you don't like, go and tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that BRGIE have already started the lobbying. Since when? Since 2024, there was a government. Because most of you, when you see what BRGIE is doing, and when you're supposed to take the message to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go and tell him, this is what BRGIE is doing, they have held a congressional briefing. They have held a congressional testimony. They've submitted petition against Nigeria, and America is acting on all that they have requested. You will not see Ejimako or Michael Okpara posting or projecting anything that BRGIE is doing, so that the world can recognize and see, oh, this is the lawyers or the attorney or the legal team that are speaking for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or defending him. They are in line or they are pushing the narrative of BRGIE, which is all speaking to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to go in tune. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, you are the one to get a lobbyist and start doing something in Washington, D.C., and then you will let me know. Listen,
with WIC here, why wouldn't they kind of come from the UK to come here to lobby your lawmakers?
WIC has been useless to us, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You said it yourself here. That this is why WIC have been useless to us, because they don't serve our purpose. They only serve the purpose of the Nigerian politicians. That is why when Nigerian politicians want to become president, they come to America. It is the WIC that is doing the political campaign for them because of the money that they will collect. They don't give a damn about Biafra independence, Biafra freedom, or how many Biafrans are being killed. What they care is how much money they will make from the Nigerian politicians. So, you said something, Onyendu, that we are the one in Washington, D.C. to start the lobbying and bring the report card to you. Then you will follow up. And I am passing the message. Ejimako, Michael Okpara, Nnameka Ejiofor, Emmanuel Meme, And all of you that are going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you don't even allow those that want to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to see him when they want. If they don't pass through you, and if you don't allow them to see, they will not see. Sometimes you will give them conditions of what to say and what not to say. Sometimes you will vet what they have to say, whether they have to say it or they don't have to say it. Go and tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now that what he was demanding for, that we are the one in Washington, D.C., to start lobbying the U.S. government and bring the report back to him. Let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know that Biafra government in exile have been doing the lobbying. If you like, you tell him. If you don't like, use it to rub yourself like mud. Because you people are also the people contributing to the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because I can't see any reason why BRGIE is working so hard for our leaders to be released in prison. And you that call yourselves the attorney and the legal representation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will not push or repost anything that BRGI is doing in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you will push the one that somebody is doing against BRGI. You push the one that those that are working against BRGI will be pushing. That is the one you push to the internet. You push Bruce Fein, who gang up with the brothers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, with the wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, with IPOB DOS, with Nigerian government to write letter to Finland and to European Commission, that European Commission should deport all Biafrans that identify with BRGIA. They should imprison them because they are not Biafrans, they are terrorists, they are fraudulent. Those are the people that you are projecting on the media. Those are the people that you're posting out on the media. Some of you will collect woto when the time comes. Yes, we are just being careful on some things for now. But I'm telling you that some of you will collect woto when it is time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, you in Washington, D.C. should go and start the lobbying and then bring back the report to him because he is not in Washington, D.C. Ejimako, Michael Okpara, Nnameka Ejiofor, Emmanuel Meme, and all of you that used to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, go and let him know that BRGI have done that thing that he was complaining and expecting World Igbo Congress to do. Since World Igbo Congress was useless and have been useless and have been fighting BRGIA, BRGIE have done that lobbying which he was asking for. And what BRGIE are doing in Washington, D.C., they are speaking and asking for his release. They are pressuring U.S. government to implement more sanctions on Nigeria. That is why Nigeria is in disarray. Everything you see happening to Nigeria now, it is what BRGI is doing in Washington, D.C. that is giving the result. At times, we don't need to be the one to speak for our result. Let us bring people that will speak for our result. Yes. Because they have gathered our report, they have analyzed, and they have everything in one. They can explain and let everybody understand. Let us explain and then let us remind them so that they would know what we are doing in Washington, D.C.
And even future military and oil deals. I mean, how seriously are these groups being taken in U.S. policy circles?
Well, serious enough that you've got people like Ted Cruz, who is the conservative senator who chairs the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. He's a big supporter of the Biafra government in exile. He's a big supporter, actually, of the Somaliland region in East Africa. And Mike Pompeo, who was the former Secretary of State, and that was under Trump's first term. And even future military and oil deals. I mean, how seriously are these groups being taken in U.S. policy circles? Well, serious enough that you've got people like Ted Cruz, who is the conservative senator who chairs the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. He's a big supporter of the Biafra government in exile. He's a big supporter, actually, of the Somaliland region in East Africa. And Mike Pompeo, who was the former Secretary of State, and that was under Trump's first term.
And even future military and oil deals. I mean, how seriously are these groups being taken in U.S. policy? Confidential wrote. On the other side, Biafra-linked groups are also lobbying Washington, calling for sanctions, recognition, and even future military and oil deals. I mean, how seriously are these groups being taken in U.S. policy circles?
Well, serious enough that you've got people like Ted Cruz, who is the conservative senator who chairs the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. He's a big supporter of the Biafra government in exile. He's a big supporter, actually, of the Somaliland region in East Africa. And Mike Pompeo, who was the former Secretary of State, and that was under Trump's first term. And Pompeo is a very devout evangelical Christian, and so is Cruz, and they're combining the two things where they're talking about the rights of the people of Southeast Nigeria, and also this issue again of protecting Christians. So yeah, they've got a lot of sway within the Republican Party, and a lot of this stuff, Charles, is about sentiment as much as anything else. It's often free from, shall we say, established facts and evidence. It's a sense that these are evangelical Christians who put that belief above all else. And the Biafran lobbyists have been extremely effective over probably 20 years, working through the religious right in the US, which brings together a lot of these evangelical groups, and they're big financiers of the Republican Party. And as the Republican Party has moved to the right, so have they. And they've become a big mobilizer of votes for the Republican parties. So there are people who are evangelical Christians who may not like the look of Donald Trump and his various comments about women and all the rest of it, but they bury that concern for their the greater good, which they say is the man is for Christians. He's for evangelical Christians, and in that case, we're going to give him our support. So Trump, the evangelical base is absolutely critical for Trump, and that's, I think, it accounts for some of the success of the Biafra lobby in the US.
Well, that's a very illuminating assessment from you. And in that context, Patrick, I mean, is there a risk?
That is a very illuminating context from you. Illuminating assessment from you. Illuminating report from you on the effectiveness of what the Biafra Republic government in exile are doing. So if you have a legal team that have decided to become useless, yes. If you have a legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that have decided to become useless, where the Biafran people, through their government in exile, are pressuring American government to place more sanctions on Nigeria, to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. And then the people that claims to be the brothers and sisters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the lawyers and attorney and legal representation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu become very useless and stand as a stud on the way. They cannot inform Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that this is what BRGI is doing in your favor, in the favor of Biafra, to your release, and to amplify the voice which you had started long before now. Why? Because they have this personal hatred on Mazi Simon Ekpa. Why? Because they have this personal hatred on Mazi Sonny. Why? Because they have this personal hatred on Mazi Nkere. Why? Because they have this personal hatred on the BDF. Why? Because they have this personal hatred on Biafrans that are putting their lives on the line for Biafra independence. All of you want to turn Biafra to become a family affair. That when there is a leader, you will not now allow anybody else to come out and say anything or to bring the next line in action to update. Why? Because you want to personalize it to become a family affair. Now, all of you were not driving Jeep and big cars. Today, all of you are driving big Jeeps and big cars. You are compromised with Nigerian government. So you will now have big cars and Jeeps and drive. Then when genuine and true Biafrans who want to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to go and talk to him, to hear heart-to-heart discussion and talk, to brief him of what is happening in the liberation process, to let him know that that lobbying that he was asking for, that liberation, that restoration, that referendum that he was asking for, that BRGIA has already done it and put it in place, that everything that he was asking for, BRGIA has tabled it, that they are working so hard in Washington, D.C., they are working so hard in collaboration with the de facto government in the homeland to see that Biafra land is liberated. You people that call yourselves lawyers and brothers and sisters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and wives, what you do is to stand as a blockade, a stumble block. A time will come where Biafrans will just have to shut everything about you guys that are blocking messages to get to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And then we will just continue what we are doing without even listening to what you are saying. Because Biafrans are dying on a daily basis. It's not only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is fighting for Biafra. Mazi Simon Ekpa is in prison today in Finland because he's fighting for Biafra. The Biafra Defense Forces are in the bush taking bullets because they are fighting for Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said he need 100 men. He need many people to come out and be mad and follow him. Those people that have come out, you people are blackmailing them. BRGI is doing so much to see that Biafra is heard and that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released and that Mazi Simon Ekpa is released. While you people that call yourselves lawyers, while you people that call yourselves brothers and sisters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will bar people that want to come and see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who are actually the freedom fighters. But you will give audience to Nigerian politicians, Nigerian bishops and pastors to come and see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and sit down and be talking Nigeria. While those that are actually in the forefront of the Biafra freedom will want to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and talk. You will vet them. You don't want them to go and see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because you know when they go and release undiluted message to him, that he will key in and know what is happening. This is how you people were barring messages that Mazi Simon Ekpa was trying to send to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You will bar all messages. He will send this message, you will bar it. He will send this message, you will bar it. But what do? You will only want to bring the message that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu give, to come and tell him to obey it and carry it out. But the one that is telling you, go and tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we are working for his freedom, you will not go and tell him. You will not go and tell him. But you people will now go and sit down and cook up story that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say you should stop sit at home. You should stop this. You should stop fighting for freedom. Does it not sound so stupid? That you will now stay in prison and tell people that are fighting for freedom to stop fighting. Tell people that are carrying out civil disobedience to stop. Then you will die inside prison. Right? Then you will die inside prison. If everybody to sit down and wait until after 20 years that leaders that are inside prison will come out. before you now come and start again afresh, do you think that you will see anybody that will answer you again? We should be grateful that we have people that are willing to carry the cross while our leaders are in prison. Because if the call and the blood of Biafra is not very firing inside of us, you will not see people that will live their own life to come and carry the cross of Biafra. But the useless people that call themselves lawyers and attorneys and brothers and sisters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what they can do is to come together and write a letter and send the letter to the European Commission. Tell European Commission that they should deport all of us in Europe. They should imprison all of us in Europe. That we call ourselves Biafra Republic Government in Israel, that we are criminals. We are fraudulent, that we are not Biafrans. That it is only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that has the mandate to fight for Biafra. So European Commission should imprison all of us. You know, you cannot write such letter and send it to the US Department of America. You can only write it and then send it to European Commission, because you know that is where fraud is done. Write it and send to the US Department of America. Let us see what will happen. You are surprised that even as you call yourself lawyers and brothers and sisters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and DOS and World Igbo Congress and Igbo nonsense groups and avid nonsense groups, even as you all came together to fight against BRGIA, the US government gave BRGIA a leeway to walk into the White House, granted 1 hour 45 minutes congressional testimony and briefing on behalf of Biafra against Nigeria, for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for Mazi Simon Ekpa, for Biafra referendum, for Biafra declaration, for Biafra restoration, for Biafra independence. Are you not surprised? Those you think they are not doing anything, those you degrade and downgrade, are actually those that the US government is giving the green card. You people should go and do it now. World Igbo Congress, you have existed for many years. Ohanes Ndigbo, you have existed for many years. Avid and all useless groups, for many years you have existed in America. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was crying, that you have all become useless. You could not hire a lobby, you could not arrange a lobby and start doing anything for Biafra so that it will now come and follow up. Now that BRGI have done it, you people say, oh, BRGI cannot do it. They cannot stand. You all come together and start fighting BRGI. And the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the brothers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the sisters and the wives, the husbands and the entire family, they are aligning with them and pushing their useless narrative on the media. They are not pushing the narrative of the work that they see that U.S. government is actually applauding BRGIA. Let me see how some of you will come to BRGIA again. I'm waiting somewhere for some of you. You call yourself lawyers. You call yourself brothers and sisters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Right? I'm waiting for all of you somewhere. Just relax. I know they shout too much. When it is time, I will let you all understand what you are all doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same playbook that Ejiofor was playing, it is the same playbook that all of you have started playing now. You are not different from Ejiofor. Not one bit. You are not different from Ejiofor. Ejiofor's biggest enemy was BRGIA. Not Nigerian government. Not the terrorists. It is BRGIA that is fighting for Biafra and fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. What is different from you people? Ejimako, Michael Okpara, Nnameka Ejiofor, you are all aligning with World Igbo Congress, Ohaneze Mkpurumiri, Avid Group, to the point that you people will now go back to the prison to now force Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out and pronounce Ambassador Group, Rising Sun Group, Avid Group, World Igbo Congress. These are the same people that you hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say they have become useless to us because they could not arrange anything in Washington, D.C. while he was here. They could not arrange for a lobbyist to start working for Biafra independence. They only do New Yam Festival, World Igbo Day, Ohaneze Day, Igbo Day, Celebration Day. They will bring out the beautiful and the most glorious attire on head, and they will wear, and they will parade themselves in America. Then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be coming to address them every year, every year, every year. He will come and address them. And nothing to show for it, only to come and address them, and they will finish. They go back to lick their wounds. They go back to eat the same vomit. Nothing on the table. Until the man cried out and said, why have you people become useless? World Igbo Congress is supposed to be useful to the Biafran people. You are supposed to arrange a lobbyist in Washington, D.C. You're supposed to have started lobbying and then bring something on the table so that I, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will now see what you have brought on the table on the lobbying firm. And I will endorse it, and then we will move. You could not do it to bring any government in order. You could not do it to engage one tangible meeting with U.S. government. Today, how many meetings can you see with BRGI lobbies? How many meetings can you see? How many engagements can you see? In the history of this world, there has never been a time that Biafran people had the opportunity to host or submit a congressional testimony. In the history of mankind, on the 18th of September 2025, BRGIA broke the worldwide record, a record that has not existed before. A congressional briefing inside the U.S. Congress, in the Capitol, the White House of America. When I saw my brothers and sisters walking into the Capitol majestically, how they were walking in a glorious mood. They said this is a lifetime participation. They have never had a dream of entering the White House of America for how many years that they have been in America. And this day, they were not just entering the White House, they were hosting a congressional briefing on Biafra. They were speaking against Nigeria. They were bringing Biafra on the table. They were giving testimony for Biafra. They were calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were calling for the release of Mazi Simon Ekpa. They were asking for America to invoke Accountability Act against the European Commission and against Nigeria. They invoked the Magnitsky Accountability Act. They asked for high tariffs against Nigeria. They asked for the terrorists to be neutralized. And all that they have asked for, American government is acting on it now. And you can see. Have you seen what American government is doing to the European Commission now? Are you seeing all the sanctions and the tariffs? Are you seeing left, right, center bombardment of political enactment against the European Commission? Are you seeing what is happening to Nigeria? This is called political arena, political game. You need to understand how the political game is being played. Like I played before, the first video I played, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, if we stop what we are doing, if we stop agitating for Biafra, our babies, women, and children will all be killed. We have passed the stage of agitation. We are in the stage of liberation. We are in the stage of political, diplomatic, and international engagement on the table. That is where we are now on the international stage. What World Igbo Congress could not do, what Ohanezo Igbo could not do, what IPOB group could not do that turned political party to Nigeria, what they could not do for over 20 years, what no other Biafrans could not do for over 100 years is what BRGI have done. Yes, BRGI have done it in 2025. And in 2026, the sky is our limit. Listen, Ejimako, Michael Okpara, Nnemeka Ejiofor, Emmanuel Meme, and all the brothers and sisters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of you that are in that legal team, take this message to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Listen to what he said first.
That is why an organization as big as the World Igbo Congress could not make any iota of difference in our lives. As big as they are. With WIC here, why wouldn't Nnamdi Kanu come from the UK to come here to lobby your lawmakers? Why should I? You are the ones to do it and tell me what is happening here.
You are the ones to do the lobbying in America, in Washington, D.C. And tell me what is happening here. Nnemeka Ejiofor, Michael Okpara, Ejimako, Emmanuel Meme, all the brothers and sisters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is blocking the genuine Biafran agitators who are supposed to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right from when he was in DSS and now that he's in Sokoto prison. Those that are actually supposed to give him the right information of what is happening. Because all of you there, you hate what BRGI is doing. You hate that you will sit down and see that the effort of BRGIA has released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but we will continue. You also hate to see that the effort of BRGIA will release Mazi Simon Ekpa, but we are continuing on what we are doing in Washington, D.C., and it is yielding fruit. You can see all the results coming out against European Commission and Nigeria now. So you will not allow genuine freedom fighters that are in the struggle to have a one-on-one, unaltered conversation with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Rather, you will allow politicians that are coming, Igbo politicians. You allow the political criminals, the pastor criminals, the bishop criminals, the senators, the ministers, all those criminals who are collecting envelope from Nigerian government, then they will come and be praising Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and telling him, take heart, take heart, take heart. Let us be calm, let us be cool, so that you will die in prison. Take this message to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Let him know that what he said, that we Biafrans in Washington, D.C. are the ones to organize the lobbies and do something, and then bring the message to him. Go and deliver it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Tell him that what he was demanding of World Igbo Congress, which they disgrace us and disgrace him, that BRGI have done it. And BRGI are sending the message to him for him to know that this is what we are doing for his release. This is what we are doing for Biafra. It is that step that he was looking for, which he had all these big head people around him. All these people that call themselves professors and bachelor degree holders, BSc, PhD, and master's degrees, and doctors and professors, engineers, aeronauts, everything. They said they carried the name, but they could not deliver something. Now, Okechukwu Nkere is delivering something with Elias without presenting bachelor degree, without presenting a master's degree, without presenting PhD degree, without presenting professor degree, without presenting doctorate degree, without presenting engineering degree. Okechukwu Nkere with Elias lobbies and Attorney Dabiri. they are delivering results, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was crying for years from World Labour Congress. And you evil and idiot and anemic lawyers and attorneys and brothers and sisters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who will come out in the secret to now claim that you are good, that you are doing everything well, you will refuse to deliver the message to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But in the open, you come out and you will be projecting Bruce Fain. You'll be projecting World Labour Congress. Failures. You'll be projecting Avid. You'll be projecting Onaeze Ndibo. You'll be projecting Igbo politicians who are going to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to shame him inside prison. You'll be projecting them. That is what you'll be doing. God will punish all of you. You see that same message that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said? God will punish all of you forever. That is what I'm also saying today. God will punish all of you because all of you are the problem that this man is going through. Tomorrow you will come out to come and bring message. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say you should stop sit at home. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say you should do this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say you should do that. Oh, so it is good to bring message from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and say stop sit at home. But it is not good to take message to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to tell him this is what BRGI is doing. It is not good for you to come out and share the post and post the achievement of BRGI demanding for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the US government. You cannot post it. You cannot share it. But you can share Igbo politicians. You can share Igbo politicians. You can share World Labour Congress. You can share Onaeze Ndibo. You can share Peter Obi. You can share Alex Oti. You can share Soludo. You can share Oblesu Sodima. You can share Obonaya. You can share Udomeno. You can share Basieno, Peter. You can share Fubara. You can share all the Nigerian politicians. But the very, very movement, the very government that is working for the cause that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is behind bars, you cannot share that one. But you claim to be a lawyer. You claim to be an attorney. You claim to be a brother and sister and family member of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God will punish all of you. Yes. God will punish all of you and disgrace all of you then. And BRGI will not stop doing what they are doing for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. You see, there is something some of you have been doing. The other group, Accountability of EMA, they are doing their own. All of you are trying to bring us on local heads against Mazi Simon Ekpa and against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, thinking that we will stop what we are doing in their favor. No, we are not hypocrites like you people. We will keep on doing what we are doing and we will keep on disgracing you people. You are all shocked that the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa, that all of you are doing propaganda against Okenkere and Sonny and Elias and BRGI and saying that we are the one working against Simon Ekpa, working against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. We are yet the one that submitted petition. We are yet the one that submitted testimony to US government to sanction Europe and sanction Nigeria for kidnapping and imprisoning Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is the same Biafra government. It is the same Okenkere. It is the same Elias. It is the same Sonny. But if we ask you, what have you done in engaging American government to pressure Nigeria or Finland, to sanction Nigeria or Finland in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Mazi Simon Ekpa? You don't have anything to show. But BRGI have something to show. You see? That the same playbook that Accountability Group of EMA is playing is what the lawyers and the brothers and sisters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are playing. I said something the other day on Space. I said, you guys should carry the visitation of our leaders and chew, use it and eat. Sew a cloth and wear and say that you are the one visiting our leaders in prison. EMA group should do it and wear and say they are the one, they are the genuine, they are the angels They are the one visiting Mazi Simon Ekpa in prison. Wear the clothes. Ejimako and Nameke and Okpara and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brothers and sisters. You can do the same in Nigeria. Wear is sew it and wear. Then nothing should happen to those our leaders in prison. Take care of them very well. Take care of their bills. Take care of everything they need. Don't come and disturb us. Don't come and disturb BRGIA. Allow us to focus. Because we have a bigger fight to fight. And that bigger fight is Nigerian government, both in the homeland and in diaspora. So you people that claim to be the angel, you people that claim to be the God, you people that claim to be the good guys, continue being the good guys by visiting our leaders. Just because you go and say our leader, you are the angel, you are the good guy. Useless people. Did Judas Iscariot not carry the handbag of Jesus Christ? Those of you that say you are the armor bearer of Mazi Simon Ekpa, did Judas Iscariot not carry the handbag of Jesus Christ? Was he not the one carrying the armor of Jesus Christ? Yes. So, the same way that Judas Iscariot was the armor bearer of Jesus Christ, the same way that Judas Iscariot was the one carrying the handbag of Jesus Christ, that is how all of you are there claiming to be the most trusted, the most loyal, aligning and say you are defending. You're the one going to see our leaders in prison. But yet, you're working against their progress, against their existence. You're working against everything that we are doing in Washington, D.C., in the homeland, that will finger Nigeria and Finland to release those our leaders. So continue to be armor bearers. Continue to be the handbag of our leaders in prison. Continue to be the mirror. Continue to be the jacket that they wear. Visit them and see them very well. Wash their clothes. Give them food. Take care of them. Pay their bills. And nothing should happen to them. Then allow BRGIA to focus on Biafra going forward, because you guys are on Biafra going backward. Then allow us to go on Biafra going forward. Abi? Okay, division of labor. I think I have broken the jobs into smaller units now. Division of labor. Those of you that claim that you are the good guys because you are the one that visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You're the one that visit Mazi Simon Ekpa in prison. I have given you division of labor, breaking down of work into smaller units. Focus on going to see our leaders. Wash their faces, clean their shoes, give them food, take care of everything they need. Don't disturb us. Allow us to focus on what we are doing, on dealing with Nigeria and Finland, European Commission, both home and abroad. Don't disturb us. Don't interfere. When you interfere, you go collect woto. You collect woto. Because you people have become very useless. Honestly. Very, very useless. Very useless. I can't imagine how you people have become so useless. World Igbo Congress was this useless, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was screaming. And today we have some other useless people that have emanated from the toilet. All of you that are emanating from the toilet, when you come, your attitude is also smelling like the useless odor that somebody will get from the toilet. You know, when you defecate from the toilet, the bad odor will so engulf you that as you're coming out, everybody around you will sense the bad odor on you, because the toilet odor has infected your coming out. It has affected your coming out, so you're smelling that shit. So as you people come out, your character is smelling like the shit that you finish poo-poo, and the smell of that shit is smelling on your body. Now, so I just carry the thing come out. Generational illiterate. We had some of you during Ojuku's time. We still had some of you during Wazirike's time. We still had some of you during Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's time. We still have some of you during Mazi Simon Ekpa's time. Now we still have some of you during Mazi Okenkere's time. But I believe this will be the end of all of you, because we are going to lock you people. We will lock you people in one basket so that you will only be... Do you know why I say we will lock in one basket? I did not say we will lock in one drum so that you cannot breathe. We will lock you in basket. We will allow you to have air to breathe. And then you will be seeing through the hollows of the basket of what we will be doing. But whatever you will talk inside that basket will not go to anywhere. So we will lock you inside basket. Then we will allow you to see through the hollows of the basket. In whatever we are doing, you will not be able to move an inch. Yes. Don't say we did not warn you. You people were taking Mazi Monekpa for granted because he was a very soft-minded man. It is that his soft-mindedness that has allowed you people to destroy him. Yes. That you betray him to the point of even using his signature to be writing letters, creating documents while he is in prison, implicating him the more, using his face on publications and papers and flyers that you do. Even as he has complained that we should lock some of you up because of what? Because of using his face and signatures on some documents, that it is implicating him the more. Did you people hear? You don't hear, you continue. I love the Punisher, my new PM. He will deal with you people mercilessly. This 2026, as we dey deal with Nigerian government, now so we dey deal with some of you who claims to answer Biafrans, but are working to sabotage what we are doing. How many of you can believe that while we were in BRGIA with Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, that his cabinet member, Adazion, was doing political campaign and raising funds for Ifeanyi? How many of you can believe it? And then when we call his attention and say, a member of your cabinet is working with Nigerian politicians and is raising funds for political campaign for Ifeanyi, he said we should let it be. Okay, we let it be, Abi. What has the let it be landed it into today? You allow mushrooms to surround you, thinking that they will repent. No, a goat can never become a lion. And a lion can never give birth to a goat. Neither an antelope will now become a goat. It can never happen. Mbano. My people say, "Hello, Mero." How can a goat give birth to a lion? And how can a lion become a goat? And how can an antelope become a baby to a goat? It is not possible. The evil has been done, and it has piled up and gone very far. The BRGIA of today has taken a different shape and a different stand. It is BRGIA with internal and external woto. The Punisher is the PM today. So, all of you will hear from the Punisher. But let us go to something else. Yes, but we needed to address these useless people. Let us remind them something before we go to the next thing.
And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed. Never. If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die. Never. Truth. I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes. You're right. You're right. Let's go,
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow. Yes.
Spirit in human
If
flesh.
you stop now, your children will never go home.
God forbid. If you see them in this hall, where Onyendu was telling them this thing. Oh, God forbid, World Labour Congress. God forbid. God forbid. But when Onyendu was kidnapped, they all went to sleep. Ask them, what did you do to uphold the ESN that was unveiled? What they did was that they were fighting everything we were doing to the ESN. On the eve of the Yamufu massacre of our babies, women, and children, World Igbo Congress, Ohaneze Ndibo, combination of AVID and all nonsense group came together, called us for a meeting, and said, why should we stop Soludo election? Why should we stop Igbo presidency election? Your babies and your women and children are being killed by Fulani terrorists. And ESN is swinging into action to capture the terrorists and to send them to the God of creation. And then you are now calling us to come and ask us why we should stop the terrorists, why we should implement sit at home, why we should weed off the terrorists. You're asking us why we are putting a blockade to stop the free flow of Nigerian election. And you promise us in the meeting that you are going to bring out a group called Anyandibo to counter ESN, to counter the no elections in Biafra land, so that election will hold. You also vow that you will do everything and bring all your useless groups together to make sure you jail Mazi Simon Ekpa, that you will pursue him all to the European Commission. Little did we even know that while you people were talking, that some of your members were part and parcel of the Biafra government cabinet. And you were organizing political campaign rally and fundraising for Ifeanyi Uba, a minister of BRGI cabinet, who calls herself Adazion. Ngozi was doing her own from the other end, while Adazion is doing her own from the other end. Oh my God, oh my. Let me go to the next video that we have to play. Because we want people to understand when Martin Amdekano said, if we stop what we are doing, our people will die. And many people did not get the message. Because there has been this orchestrated plan ahead of time. Listen, are all West African Fulanese, Nigerians, they brought them all in for the conquest agenda. That is why from the message I play here, when Martin Amdekano said, if we stop what we are doing, our babies, women, and children will all die. Because Nigerian government, this is a governor of Bauchi State, Governor Bala Mohammed, is a chieftain of whether APC or PDP now. They brought these terrorists in 2014 from all over the Sahel, from all over West Africa. They brought them for the conquest agenda. Listen to them, what they will tell you the purpose of bringing these terrorists to Nigeria and what they have to do. They bring a conglomerate. They want to form the emirate in Nigeria. They want them to come and prepare for the jihad. Gumi said in another video that they have brought all the Fulanis from all over West Africa to Nigeria to come and join in defending their ethnic fight. But let us listen to this one first. No, please. I think we should listen to that one of Gumi first. Yes, that one of Gumi first. Before we come to this one. Let's get the one of Gumi first. The one of Gumi first. That one will open the floor for this one to now come. This is Gumi. Listen to Gumi first before we come to this one.
Of Nigerian extraction.
Oh, you know, they're Nigerians, no doubt about that. They are, yes, they are physique and everything, they are Fulanis.
Of Nigerian extraction.
Oh, you know, they're Nigerians, no doubt about that.
They are Nigerians.
Yes, in fact, some of them have parents in the town.
So why, for those who say some of these criminal elements are non-Nigerians who move through the ECOWAS territory region,
yes,
into Nigeria, is that true?
What happened is, you see, as I've said now, we are having an ethnic war. The Fulani nomadic feels his existence is threatened. So what they do is, when they have a war, they call other Fulanis from other countries, irrespective of where they are. Fulani is Fulani man. They go to defend their kinsmen. Then disperse, each one goes back to his roga. So that's why they what do you call it? They transit the borders just for an operation and go back. But if there is calm and there's peace, you will not see this kind of incursion of foreign elements into the nation. And that's why it's very important. The government is very proactive in this issue. Let's go in, let's educate them, let's register them, let us do what we do to others. Having an ethnic war. The what happened is, you see, as I've said now, we are having an ethnic war. The Fulani nomadic feels his existence is threatened. So what they do is, when they have a war, they call other Fulanis from other countries, irrespective of where they are. Fulanis. What is, you see, as I've said now, we are having an ethnic war. The Fulani nomadic feels his existence is threatened. So what they do is, when they have a war, they call other Fulanis from other countries, irrespective of where they are. Fulani is Fulani man. Now we are having an ethnic war. The Fulani nomadic feels his existence is threatened.
I believe it is self-explanatory. The Fulani terrorists are having ethnic war. So they are bringing all of them down to Nigeria to come and join forces to fight all of you and to take over your land in the name of jihad and Sharia. Are you getting the message? That is why Master Nnamdi Kanu said, if you stop what we are doing now, all our babies, women, and children will all be eliminated. This is Gumi saying this thing in, when did he say it? Let me see. This is 2024. He said it in 2024. But now, I want to bring another video that is about 2013. 2013 is the other video. Listen to this one, though, so that you understand where you are and what you have to do. This is about 2013.
And of course, we will try more to cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of
the operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. We have Fulanis from other countries.
The issue
as well.
of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations with the Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And the issue of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say...
We will take it as part of our heritage. As we open the border and bring in all the Fulanis, we will take them as part of our heritage. The heritage that you took, the agenda of that heritage, does it go in line with you? No. How does the agenda of that heritage go? This is how the agenda goes.
And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Yes. Never. Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes. You're right. Let's go,
because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so. Because I'm not on air.
Those people that this man said, we have to take them as our heritage. The agenda of their heritage is to come and kill our babies, women, and children. Is to come and cut off our heads and take over our lands and conquer us. But what did the Fulani governor say? He said, we have to take them as our heritage. As they come, we have to allow them to become part and parcel of us, so that they can grave the ground, gain the momentum. Did you hear what he said? He said he will become like a Niger Delta man. He will speak our language. So after they speak our language, become part and parcel of us, answer Nduka, answer Emeka, answer Ituru, answer Enobong, answer Edidion. One day, they will remember that they are Fulani terrorists. That their mandate is not to embrace Western education, but their mandate is to do what? To cut off heads of babies, women, and children. On their mandate. That is when they will remember to tell you that you are an infidel and that you are not part and parcel of their group. That you don't believe in what they say, that what they have to do is that they must cut off heads of infidels, whether baby, whether women or children, that they have to rape babies, they have to rape women, they have to rape children. Listen to them.
The Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the world.
If I understand it, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project. And you use the language, the culture is up to be able to convince them. Away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project. And it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say, yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not, that you don't have this criminality in. But certainly the way Amana will do it is really excavating the crisis and the problems.
Will there be any form of documentation of all the people that will be,
yes, we are
within that?
Oh yes, that is going to give Nigeria the opportunity to really have the best in terms of documentation in the demographics. Because, as I said, the Fulani man settles anywhere he can feed his cattle. And so, if they are put in one place and they are made to understand that this is to save them and their animals, they are exposed to the vagaries of the forest and what is going on, cattle rustling, killings and what have you, and that's why it is important for them to understand that staying in one place is good. And of course, in terms of the best practice of carrying the meat, the cows and the lorries.
Let's stay with that security angle for a bit. Is there going to be, this plan going to be a fenced enclosure where anyone who comes in is secured, so there is no one that can just come in from anywhere else?
No. It is going to be a colony, and a colony does not require a fence. You will understand it is not going to be a prison.
Did you get the question? Are they going to be fenced around like ranch? He said, no. It's going to be a colony. A colony. It's going to be a colony. A colony, you don't need to fence around. You need to allow them to move around. You need to allow them to come into Nigeria and then take part and take charge. Oh, Martin Amdekano saw it.
Is this plan going to be a fenced enclosure where anyone who comes in is secured, so there is no one that can just come in from anywhere else?
No. It is going to be a colony, and a colony does not require a fence. You will understand it is not going to be a prison.
You will understand the reason why people are concerned, because of all the security issues that have been happening over time. So if that's...
These forests are there anyway. If you don't occupy them and create a colony out of them, they create places for the criminals. And today, that's why you have the Sambisa forest, because it is not being utilized.
But Your Excellency, much as yes...
Oh, now, hear something. These forests are empty. If you don't create a colony and allow the Fulanis to occupy the forest, and to take over the forest and make it their living home, it will become useless. So the Fulanis have to use the forest to do their colony. That is why, as they have come, they say they want to create a colony. And they use the forest to be their central point. Do you now see how they now have control of the forest now? Everybody they kidnap, they take inside the forest because they have created a colony according to what this man said. It is inside that bush that is their headquarters. It is there they cut your head off. It is there they decide your fate. It is there they take decision against you. They have created a colony. They say, if you don't, the forest is empty. Nobody is using the forest. So allow them to take the forest and create a colony. He did not say they are coming to live in the community with you. He said they will come and take charge of the forest. By taking charge of the forest, they become in charge. They take control from there. Hi, hello, Mero. Please, those that wants to join the studio to say something, please, the floor is open. You can start joining now and prepare yourself. I'm posting this link again to the cabinet platform to those that want to come in and speak so that you can join. You can come in and speak because we'll soon be wrapping up. For those that want to come in and speak, this is going to the reps and admin platform, and the cabinet members and the ministers in the media. You can join the studio if you want. You can join the studio if you want because we are wrapping up on this very program. And if you wish to add your voice, you can join the studio. There will.
Over time. So if that's...
These forests are there anyway. If you don't occupy them and create a colony out of them, they create places for the criminals.
This colony is there. This forest is there. If you don't occupy this forest, if the terrorists don't occupy this forest and take control and operate from this forest, it will be useless. So the Fulani terrorists have to occupy the forest and operate from the forest. Are you getting the point? That is why you have them today occupying your forest, because it was a mapped out plan.
Happening over time. So if that's...
These forests are there anyway. If you don't occupy them and create a colony out of them, they create places for the criminals. And today, that's why you have the Sambisa forest, because it's not being utilized.
But Your Excellency, much as yes, I mean, they are fantastic. We have met a lot of them who are Fulanis as well. But the concern too is, why should federal government use resources for this country to accommodate Fulani men who are not Nigerians?
You see, as I said, we are already accommodating them. Do you delineate and then really know who is not a Fulani man from Nigeria? They are all Nigerians, because I said their identity, their own citizenship is Nigerian, even though we have relations all over the world, all over Africa. And so, presumably they are Nigerians. I think you get me. That is the misunderstanding. They move from one place to the other, and they have relations, kith and kins in all the parts of the country, and even outside the country. So that is why our own population is fluid. We can certainly not say this is the population of Nigeria.
So this issue...
That is how it went, and that is how it started, and that is how they brought in all the terrorists today. As they tell you, they are part and parcel of the government today. And you need to understand that with this, they had a plan for them. With this, Nigerian army protect the terrorists. These same terrorists that you hear them talk, because it was a staged plan by the federal...
Arresting the outcome, the government only ends up arresting the youths within the community who are more or less what we want to refer to as the JTF within the community, who have taken it upon themselves to say, look, we must protect our community when these guys are coming in to invade. Fine. When the guys are coming in to invade, the security agencies or the government does not see them to arrest them. It is only when the youths want to stand up and say we must protect our communities, you see them to arrest. A good number of these youths are there in all sorts of cells all over in Kaduna State. How many of these so-called headers, because frankly the situation in southern Kaduna is not a headers farmers issue. Maybe I'll throw some light to that later. How many of these invading guys have been arrested?
Okay.
Whenever they are arrested, whenever they are arrested, they are just meant to be displayed before journalists and for TV, paraded before television. After that, it ends here. How many have been prosecuted? Nil. How many under detention? Nil. How many JTF or Southern Kaduna youths are under detention? So many. Them to arrest. A good number of these youths are there in all sorts of
Thank you very
only ends.
Thank you very much to all those that have keyed in. And I appreciate my ministers in the house that are in the studio. And without wasting much time, I will be giving them the mic. I see our original COS, Minister Mighty LA, and his academic INS. You're all welcome to the studio. Original COS, if you're disposed to your mic, you can go ahead. Welcome to the studio. If you're not disposed, the next person can go ahead until when you're disposed. Honorable Mighty go ahead, sir. Okay. Honorable COS, are you ready?
Oh, yes. Sorry, as you just called me, I believe you called me. That's why I unmuted myself. Someone called me on
Yes,
the
sir.
phone.
Go ahead.
Greetings.
Go ahead.
Yes, greetings, everyone. Greetings, Mazi Sonny, and thank you very much for the good work you're doing for the Biafran people and for the entire people called Nigerians, whether they believe it or not. Because your expositions here is shedding more light to things that they do not pay attention to. In Nigeria, as a country, they don't pay attention to nothing that concerns the lives of the citizens. That is why a Fulani man will boldly on national TV tell the Nigerian people that their intention is to migrate all Fulanese into Nigeria and take care of them. And the Nigerian people who are suffering, who their children can't even afford to go to school, do not say a word. The last video that is still displaying on your screen here makes it very clear that the youths of the indigenous youths of Nigeria are the only people who get arrested when they stand up to resist the enemies. Who are these enemies? The same Fulanese that were brought into Nigeria, who are not even Nigerians. But it is only the people that gets arrested, gets prosecuted, languish in different jail cells and prisons. But the Nigerian people do nothing about it. So what you're doing, you're shedding light. You're bringing back to their dumb heads what is going on in their place. But that's not the reason why I took the mic, though. The reason I took this mic this evening is very simple. Our leader, Maazin Nnamdi Kanu, in the video that you just played, was talking to our people, and they kept saying, it will not happen. Omame. Today it is happening. Where are all these people? All these people that agreed with our leader Maazin Nnamdi Kanu that if they stopped what they were doing, that our land will be overrun. Where are they today? That is the question I always want to ask. And for those who say, oh, their children will not come home, because our leader Maazin Nnamdi Kanu cares for every Biafran, both the ones that are born outside of Biafra land and those that are born in Biafra land. These men and women in America here, I don't think that they still care about their children coming back home, because some of their children are lost cause. Some of their offsprings are lost to them. If you are truly a Biafran and you have believed in what our leader Maazin Nnamdi, and you heard Gumi tell you that they are on an ethnic war, I want to ask you a question. Gumi said when two people are war, they are fighting. Biafran Defense Forces that want to talk bad about. They are the people fighting this war. With what? With what Biafra Republic government in exile and the de facto government, these few people who are holding the line have been doing. That is the only way they have been able to.
Sorry, I think calls were coming into his phone, so it affected his microphone. Honorable COS, calls are coming into your phone. Calls are coming into your phone, and it's bad. Your network.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's picking up now. I don't know whether calls is coming into your phone.
It was a call, but I ended it. I don't know if you.
Okay, go ahead. We can hear you. We can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yes. Join hands with Briggy. Let's front. That is the only way our people will be saved. If you like, sit back in your place and act like it's never going to get to you. One thing is for sure. If it doesn't get to you today, it will get to you tomorrow. Down everyone. Thank you so much, Mazi Sonny. Let me yield the mic for others to speak.
Thank you, our regional COS. Though the calls coming into your phone really disturb you, but you've delivered your message. All right, Honorable Mighty Dot, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it won't make come.
Come over, Basidion.
Good evening from here. Good evening, the original COS, my brother, and good evening. Is it one that love that is there? I'm greeting Biafrans. You greet our leaders. You greet our prime minister, and I thank you, my information minister, for your good job. You know, while you were here talking this evening, I was just listening. I was just thinking. I said, this is not what we're supposed to be. What you're doing right now, you're supposed to be in a normal ground. Like if we're dealing with people who their brain has not been locked up. By now, what you're supposed to be doing is to come and drop information, updates, not to come and convince and try to convince people to fight for their freedom. You're not even supposed to spend 1 hour, 30 minutes online. You're supposed to just come and drop updates. What is going on? Because Biafrans would have been so happy to bring out, would be coming out bringing their money. But that is not the case. But instead, you are spending your time, the time you're supposed to use to spend with your family, the little time you have, to come and, at this late hour of the night, to talk to people. People who are supposed to know that they are facing extinction. But instead, the ones in America are grooving. The ones back home, where the ground center zero, the ground zero, where it's happening, they just chill. Some of them will go to all these joints. They will watch live music, drink beer. Their table will full of bottles. But in their village, some of them are in Lagos, Abuja, in Owerri, in Uyo, different places. But deep inside their village, their women and children are suffering in the hands of these parasites from the Sahel. You see, to whomever it may concern, to whomever that is listening to us, or to whomever that will listen to this video, hear me, hear this, and hear this now. Nigeria, the existence of Nigeria is a crime against humanity. the existence of Nigeria is a crime against humanity. To every human rights activist, every human rights group, the existence of Nigeria is a crime against humanity. And I'm sorry to say this, but those people who call themselves Nigeria, they are a disgrace to humanity. Because there is no goddamn country on this planet Earth that half of abomination, half of crime, half of inhuman treatment that is happening in Nigeria. No country on this planet Earth will tolerate half of it. But because that thing, that zoo, that laboratory that Britain created, that those who found themselves, unfortunately, in that enclave have become the lab rats of British experiments. Those of you that know how to copy, Nigerians, you like copy. Why are you not copying Iran? Why are you not copying Iranians who have had enough and decided to rise up to fight for their freedom? Tomorrow, if Iran succeed tomorrow, or when they succeed, because they have to, when they succeed tomorrow and build their nation to what it's supposed to be, many of you, God-forsaken goddamn Nigerians, will be looking for a visa to go to Iran. Because that's what you do. You go to where it has already been made. People have shed their blood and fight for you. Many of you open your mouths in that goddamn forsaken thing called Nigeria, that zoo, criticizing President Trump. Some of you say he's coming to take oil. Some of you say he's coming to take this. Some of you this and that. What about Britain? Your landlord, your father, your creators. What about Britain that created you? That are taking your natural oil and natural gas, your natural resources, loading them out. They look the other way while you're getting killed. But America that came in to come and save you, you people now see them as the bad guy because you are cursed in that entity. And those of you Biafrans who call yourself Biafrans, the opportunists, I know many of you will be jumping out very soon to come and claim glory for what you did not fight for. All of you people will see what brutality means. We are just chilling. Let's concentrate and fight and get this Biafra. Get this restoration of Biafra. Get recognition. You people will know what brutality means. Because you guys need to be handled with iron fists. You people are evil. We have billionaires in Biafra. Sinking billionaires from Biafran extract. Where are they today? Fulani, a lowest of the low, the scorn of the earth on this planet earth, are the ones giving you command, controlling your lives. And you call yourself human beings. We are going to get this Biafra. Many of you are online insulting Ogenkere, our prime minister, calling him names. That will not deter us. But all of you, when the time comes, you will pay. I responded to many of you on Facebook. Oge Chukwunkere, you're calling a criminal, a monkey. He is the nightmare of Nigeria. And he is going to be the end. He has already become the end of Nigeria. Thank you, my people. Thank you, my information minister.
Thank you, Wachinega. God bless you for your good work. We call on Honorable Love Agbobondo. Over to you, man.
Hello, Honorable Information Minister. Ndewo to all the ministers in the studio. Ndewo to all Biafrans. You know, that video you were playing, Onyendu talking about World Igbo Congress and the other people, is so annoying. Look at the crowd listening to him. They were all agreeing to make Onyendu feel good. But in their hearts, they were just calling him names. Our people are cowards and they are hypocrites. You know, the Fulanese have more integrity than World Igbo Congress or have what they held, all of them. The reason I say that is listening to the Fulanese. You see, they're very, very explicit. They know what they want, and they make their conditions known. But our people listen to them there. Oh yeah, yeah, Onyendu, yeah, never. Hypocrites. That is why they could not do anything. It's not that they can't, but they are damn hypocrites. You see, once you eat the forbidden fruit, you cannot lift up your face. Even when you know the truth, because you have already sold your soul to the devil, you can't challenge the devil. The devil have taken over everything about you. That's those people. The only thing left for them is that Webster dictionary they crammed years ago. They come and vomit a few words and throw themselves around, cajole each other and make fun and have good time, eat jollof rice and eat eat chicken. And they go back and mourn themselves. Why would they come and support Biafra? They themselves are lost souls. Their children are 21st century slaves. So they don't think about home. Some of them are totally disconnected from their relatives at home. If not, why are they not thinking about their welfare? But you know, those things they are saying and those things they are doing are testimony against them. You see, the Biafra government in exile, Onyendu longed for it. They sabotaged him. Because they sabotaged him, making it look like it's something nobody can do. That's why they find it difficult to acknowledge that that thing that they couldn't do, somebody else is doing it. But it's to their own shame. You see, the way, like Arise TV, just January 2025, they were running away from our current prime minister and our lobbyist in DC. That's the same way they are singing them now. They were not supposed to mention them in the Zida studio, God knows where they talk their crap. But now they are talking. That same thing will happen to these useless people called Igbo Congress and their cohorts. Where have they been all these years? What have they done? You see, that shame that they've taken ownership of is theirs forever and ever. Nobody is going to remove it from them. They will remain also. They are not Nigerians, which they think they are. In their heart, they know they are not. They are not Biafrans because they have denied Biafra. They are not with Onyendu because they sold him out. So they are the 21st century hanging garden. It is their desire, and that's what God will grant them. But for those who believe that they need freedom, it is their responsibility to work for their freedom, not by mouth, but by deed. They need to contribute and fight for their freedom so they can be free. You see, the other flavors, they've already comforted themselves remaining where they are. If you're not one of them, you have one government, not one and a half. Come and join your government and do the needful. It is your choice. If you want to be free, come out. If you don't want to be free, remain in your closet. But the truth of the matter is, whether you come out or you don't come out, the deed is done because it is God's making. You are not joining cannot change anything. Just save yourself the heartache. Come out now. But if you don't want to come out, it's all good. You cannot stop the moving train. Actually, the train have already left the station. You can play catch up if you want. Biafra is here. Our people, most of them enjoy castigating somebody they know is doing what they cannot do. Instead of joining the person, instead of acknowledging it, they prefer castigating the person, thinking that the person will give up so they can say, oh, can't you see? It's impossible. Nobody can do it. Shame on all of you. The whole of 2025, all you guys did was to call names. But the more you call Mazi Okechukwu Nkere name, the more he carry his bag and head to work. Now you are seeing the result of what he's doing. The shame cannot even allow you to acknowledge it. You are still bad-mouthing. But keep on doing what you are good at. The real Biafrans will continue doing what they're good at. At the end of the day, we count the mileage. Thank you, Mazi Sonny. They want to Biafrans.
There were our Honorable Minister. Thank you so much for joining. Honorable Minister, His Academic Highness, you're next on the studio. Thank you so much for joining, and you have the mic, sir. Go ahead, sir.
There were Honorable.
There were.
We are on the main governmental business. We are at it. I just want to encourage all Biafrans on being consistent. It's very, very important. Because today, I had the news that the zoo drug lord is asking for dialogue. But he asked that dialogue through a wrong way. It is good for our people to understand when all these people are following the wrong way. And we have to be very steadfast. Tinubu is asking, pardon, but he is asking it through a wrong way. It is because of the acts of BRGIE. It's because of the action that BRGIE has done. And it is good for all of us to end. Because when we with the law, there is nothing anybody can do. I know that in this struggle, most of us prioritize law, but most of us at the same time prioritize law. And it is because of the fact that we prioritize law that America is with us. And it is very, very positive. That is always the way my word is. All I can say this evening is kudos to all of us. Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is gone. Very, very simple. Let everybody advise his or her brother and sister to leave Nigeria in terms of government. Things are going to happen. That's only what I have to say, my brother. Thank you. That's
Thank
the only
you,
thing I
thank
have to say.
you. Thank you, His Academic Highness. Thank you. And thank you to all the ministers that have joined. I appreciate your presence out of your tight schedule and all you're doing. Love you all from here. And before we call it a day, we wish to remind all Biafrans that on Saturday is our fundraising, and then on Sunday is our town hall meeting. So please be part and parcel of the upcoming event. Call on everyone, remind them to come because we need a J, we need a Gemma, we need every currency you have that you can use to support the government. Please bring them all in. And on the 1st of February, we have a all-continent combined town hall meeting. So everybody should prepare and come with their tithe and offering to come and support Biafra from all over the globe. I salute all of you, and let us keep the fire burning because 2026 is another big year for us. 2025 was very useful and fruitful for BRJ and for the entire Biafran people. In 2026, the sky will be our limit. The enemies of Biafra can continue to cry. Please, wherever you see them crying, buy a bigger bucket and give to them to cry all their blood inside the bucket. Upgrade their crying style and their level. Get them a bigger bucket. Because in 2025, they cried from January to December. They have no results to show. The only thing they do is to castigate what we do. They only make use of the result that we give to do broadcasts. If we don't give any result, they don't have any topic. Until they see what we do, they use it to do broadcasts. We don't do something, they don't have a topic, and they are like, is Okenkere and BRJ not doing something? Is Elias not doing something? They need to see what we have done so that they can use it for their programs. At the end of the day, no report card to show that this is what they added to the progress of Biafra. Instead, they can only have result of what they destroyed in the course of Biafra. So in 2026, please, wherever you see them, gather. Buy them a bigger bucket. Increase their cry. Press a bigger button so that they will cry louder. I enjoy seeing them cry. The more they cry, the more they are creating awareness with what we are doing. Because even the Nigerian government are carrying the highest awareness for Biafran people now. So I wonder how a Nikon Pope will be disgracing his or herself, opening the program talking about Sonny Okenkere, BRJ, Elias, Tony Dabiri from morning till night. Coming back again, success, Sonny Okenkere, BRJ, Elias, Tony Dabiri. Coming back again, the same thing. Nano de tire. But I think I'm enjoying the promotion now because now they promote BRJ very well. Now they promote Elias. Elias was not so promoted before, but now, anyway, they mention Elias' name, everybody wants to go and watch. So continue promoting Elias and his work. Continue promoting BRJ. Continue promoting our PM because he has fought a good fight and he has won the crown. I salute all of you, and we'll have to run along now because the time is fast spent. Thank you all and see you all later on. Ndewo ụmụ Chineke from us from here.
And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Never.
Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes. You're right. Let's go,
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow. Yes.
Spirit in human
If you stop now, your children will never go home. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Yes.
Never.
Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes. You're right. Let's go,
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow.
Yes.
Spirit in human
If you stop now, your children will never go home. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die.
Yes.
Never.
Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes. You're right. Let's go,
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Wow.
Yes.
Spirit in human
If you stop now, your children will never go home.